Day one. So on day one, I've added 12 new ores to the game. So you can see them right here. We have tin, aluminum, titanium, cobalt, bismuth, and uranium. And if you mine them with silk touch, you get the ore block, and there's a deep slate version of each of them. But probably the more important part is if you don't mine them with silk touch, you will receive a new item for a fragment. So you can receive tin fragments, cobalt fragments. You can receive fragments for every type of ore. Right here, we have normal fragments and then the deep fragments. And I've also added in 5 new oil deposits. So we have tar sand, we'll have a stone oil deposit, a tough oil deposit, another oil deposit, and an end oil deposit. And currently, I can show you if you break these, they do not drop themselves. What do you want? You will not mine them up. You'll have to create some other device to extract the oil from them. And you may be curious on how I added the custom blocks, so in the next 45 seconds I will explain it as fast as I can, but if you're not into this kind of data packing stuff, you can skip ahead to this timestamp below. Alright, day 2. So on day 2 I have made all the ores and oil deposits generate. So you can see we're in a desert biome, and on the surface you can find these tar sand deposits, which will just be these little blocks of oil. And if we go into spectator mode, we can see that as we go underwater, there's tin ore, aluminum ore, all the ores are generating underground. Alright, day 3. I'm going to show you the progress I've made on my tech data pack. So now, we can take these 4 blocks here, a fletching table, cut copper, and then a lectern and a cartography cable to craft 2 new items. So we go into survival mode and open up a smithing table, put 1 piece of cut copper and a fletching table, and you'll receive a manufacturing table. Put 1 cartography table and 1 lectern, and you'll receive a blueprinting table. So we can place them both down, and right now they just have an empty interface, and you can see their texture in game, and of course, like all blocks, we can mine them, and they will drop themselves, or we can place back down again. So if we show, bam, boom. Alright, I'm going to show you the GUI function of the 2 new items I've added. So the manufacturing table is pretty simple. We have a 3x3 crafting grid, we have 6 other spots over here, and we have a blueprint template, and this is where the item will be sent out. Alright, I'm going to show you what progress I've made with the blueprinting table. So now when we open up the blueprinting table, you'll notice it'll say 1 lapis lazuli plus 1 paper. You'll see a little blueprint in here, and you can move all the way up to 5, and then it will reset. So this is going to basically be the JEI of this data pack, and what you can do is if you have 1 piece of paper and 1 piece of lapis in your inventory, you can click on this and put it in your inventory, and you will get a template. So this is for a rudimentary oil drill. And I'm going to change this to actually reflect the rudimentary oil drill. This is just a base. What we could do with this is we could put this in here, and once I actually add the item in, it would actually teach you how to craft the item, and this is the recipe as you can see here. Alright, now I'm going to show you how the rudimentary oil drill works and how I've made it so that you can get crude oil. So what you'll need is the manufacturing table, a blueprinting table, a lever or a button, 1 lapis lazuli, 1 paper, 4 planks of any kind, 1 dropper, 1 copper ingot, 2 iron ingots, and 2 flint. So what we do is we'll place down both of our tables. So in our blueprinting table, go to the first tab, and with 1 lapis lazuli and 1 paper, put this into your inventory, and you'll receive a rudimentary oil drill template. And I'll show you how to craft it. So we go into manufacturing table, put it here, follow what it says, and then under here it says extra components, so you can throw in a dropper and 4 planks in any position. Here, let me try give badass oak planks. You can throw in 4 oak planks in any position, and we will receive a rudimentary oil drill. So now we can find any oil deposit in the overworld. So I'm just going to use a tar deposit in a desert biome. Place it down, we'll put a lever on top of it, and then you pull the lever, and you see it turns some of the oil into sand, and it'll like it, and then we can run it again, and then, like I said, it's not the most accurate thing since this is the most basic oil drill you could make. So sometimes it'll miss, sometimes it'll stop working, and you'll have to break it, and replace it. But this is how you can get crude oil, and you can see right here, this is the crude oil item, and it'll have some more uses later. Alright, I'm going to show you the progress I've made. So if we go over to the blueprinting table, we have a new blueprint we can make for an obsidian cauldron. So if we put it in here, which I think we already have one, whatever, it doesn't matter. So if we go in here, we can see to make an obsidian cauldron, we need 7 obsidian, and you put in obsidian. We put in the 1 cauldron, and then we put in 1 brick slab, and we'll receive an obsidian cauldron. Now we can place the obsidian cauldron down, and this is a special block because you can actually push it around, as you can see. But the main use for it is that we can put a lava bucket inside it, and you see this little fire? That means it's ready for smithing. So if we mine some sand, you may notice that occasionally sand will drop a dust, as you can see right there. We got some dust. So occasionally sand will drop silicon dust, and what you can do is if you throw 1 silicon dust at the flame and then 2 copper at the flame, like that, you'll craft 2 silicon bronze ingots. And if we take the crude oil we got from the the rudimentary oil drill, and we throw 2 iron on, we will receive 2 steel ingots. Alright, after a lot of hard work, I'm going to show you the 4 new machines I've added to the game. So if we go to our blueprint assembly, we can see how to craft the generator, copper wire, electric furnace, and pulverizer. And I'm not going to individually craft them, but here they all are. So let's start with the basic copper wire. What this does is it allows you to connect your machines up. So some machines will produce power and some machines will take power, and you need to have wire touching both of them if you want to have the machines work. So the first thing we should show off is the generator. So when we place this down, you can throw in coal, and you can't mess with this at all. But while this is powered, it will produce 20 power per tick, and this will be useful when we talk about our other machines. So I'm just going to set up 1 more generator, and we'll put in some more coal, and then we can do our other 2 machines. So the first one is an electric furnace, and this one consumes 20 power per second, and it's basically it's a normal furnace. You can do whatever you want with it, and it just works. And as long as you have power, you will constantly be refueled, and you can just melt stuff. And the more unique machine is the pulverizer, which what we can do is if we throw some raw iron in, after 10 seconds, also consuming 20 power per tick, or 20 power per second, excuse me, you can see that it will start to convert our raw iron into iron dust. And we can put the iron dust into a furnace, and we can smelt this down to normal iron. So this means with these 2 machines, through just power, you can duplicate all of your ores, as you can see here. Alright, thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you're curious on some more stuff, you should check out this video, which YouTube thinks you'll enjoy the most. I'll give you 5 seconds to click. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.